Yo, what is good YouTube? Magdubs here, back with another video, guys. We have some more breaking news, notes, highlights, observations from another day here in New England for Patriots training camp. And this was a very intriguing practice. A lot of big-time players making big-time plays. A lot of guys really standing out and just making some things happen here in New England. So in this video, I kind of want to go over that. As you can see here, Demario Douglas mixes. Look at this. Boom, wide open touchdown. Demario Douglas has been absolutely insane. In this video, I'm going to break down everyone that's looked good, everyone that maybe has looked bad, but everything you guys need to know going into the next day of training camp. And guys, the first preseason game is tomorrow. We will be live for that game, Patriots-Texans on Thursday night, so make sure you guys come through for that. But before we get into today's video, make sure you guys do me a favor and smash that like button just so you guys, or can help me get this video to more Patriots fans. But also subscribe to the channel if you're new, because I will be covering the entirety of the offseason, which includes signings, trades, preseason, regular season, training camp, everything you could think of, as well as live streaming games almost every single Sunday. So make sure you guys join the family. But without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Now, the number one thing to take note from today's practice was Mac Jones, man. Mac Jones still seems like he's ahead of Bailey Zappi, and that's a good thing for Patriots fans. I think Mac Jones has been a guy who, could have been a bust. I think he's a guy that Patriots fans think that his time is coming to an end here in New England. But once again, he is doing what it takes to at least win the starting job in training camp, and it seems right now that Bill Belichick definitely has Mac Jones a step ahead of Bailey Zappi. Now, we're not too sure if that's going to continue, and that's definitely subject to change, especially over the start of preseason. We'll be able to see, what Mac Jones can do and what Bailey Zappi can do. So that is definitely something to change. But as of right now, Mac Jones is the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots going forward. I feel like he's done a good job in camp so far. As of late, finding his guys open, getting Demario Douglas involved, getting Devontae Parker. All these guys are getting involved early and often, and I feel like Mac Jones is definitely taking some steps up from last season, and he's going to need to if the Patriots want any shot at making a run this year to the playoffs. Now, another guy who hasn't looked good but is starting to ramp up a little bit, starting to get into the swing of things here is Tyquan Thornton, the former second-round pick of the New England Patriots at wide receiver. He's been a guy through the first maybe week and a half, didn't really see any passes, any catches through camp so far, just struggling to get open. But over the last couple of days, he's definitely starting to return to action. He's finally getting acclimated here during training camp, getting the rust off, because he's just been showcasing his elusiveness, his explosiveness over the last couple of days. So hopefully he can continue to ramp it up. I think one thing he really struggles with is his ability to win at catch points. Like, I feel like if there's a DB anywhere near him, it's definitely in contention to be dropped. So I definitely think he needs to work on that. But the man has the true speed, athleticism, and work ethic to become a good receiver at the NFL level. He just has a lot more work to be put in, because right now, to be quite frank, I feel like Demario Douglas is above him on the depth chart when it comes to the official depth chart. But we'll see what happens. That is also something that is subject to change. Going on, like I said, Demario Douglas and Kayshon Boutte have looked phenomenal. Phenomenal. Kayshon Boutte actually had a breakout day in practice, making a couple of standout catches. But Demario Douglas, we already know he's been amazing throughout the entirety of camp. So he's just going to continue to show that. But man, Douglas leads all receivers this training camp with 23 catches in team drills as a natural. He looks like a natural receiver. This route is just so amazing. You don't see that too often, especially from an undrafted rookie. That is something that you are just, or not undrafted rookie, he's a 6th-round draft pick, but as someone who is coming in here and trying to make a name for himself, he is looking like one of the best wide receivers on this team already. And then as for Boutte, he's starting to point upwards, man. His trajectory is definitely starting to point upwards. At the beginning of camp, he didn't look so great. Looked very slow. His body control wasn't amazing, but now his body control is good, and now his hands are making him a very intriguing player. Now, his skill set is, definitely different from the other guys on the team, which makes him a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more versatile. So definitely he's someone who's starting to get a little bit better here. You see Mike Gesicki starting to, catch on with some chemistry with Mac Jones as well. So, they definitely had a sluggish start to camp together. They weren't really finding each other at all throughout the first couple of days of practice, but now Mike Gesicki had, 2 amazing catches through practice yesterday, and, one was a wheel route on Jabril Peppers, and just great catch because Jabril Peppers played pretty much perfect defense. But at the end of the day, Gesicki was still there, still got the catch, and it was amazing. We still are seeing Ramondre Stevenson being utilized in a ton of different areas, including as a pass catcher out the backfield, which is something we were very, maybe concerned about, maybe. We didn't really know who was going to be we knew it was going to be Ramondre, but we didn't know if they were going to bring in Dalvin or Zeke, and we still don't know that. But at this point, it still seems like Ramondre is going to be a big factor in the passing game next season, which is definitely something I'm excited to see, especially because I have him in Dynasty, my Dynasty League. So that is something I'm excited about. We also saw a little bit of rookie Christian Gonzalez. He is, continuing to impress. He's looking good, looking like a day one starter on this team. And him and Jack Jones have been all around the ball, being in the right spot, the right time. So that's been looking good. And then the defensive front has been, pretty much unstoppable. I feel like the front seven for the Patriots with Christian Barmore and Dietrich Wise and Devon Godshaw and Keon White's explosiveness, and you have the returning of Trey Flowers, who just signed to the team, which is something very interesting. A former New England Patriot right there. He's coming back here, so I think the Patriots front seven is looking very lethal, or maybe not front seven, but front four, I should say, with Wise and Godshaw and Christian Barmore and Lawrence Guy and Matthew Judon and Josh Uche and Trey Flowers and Anthony. I feel like Keon White. I feel like they're very deep at the edge position. So let me know what you guys think, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family. That was the overview of today's practice. Make sure you guys join the family, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we post a video, every time we go live. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Today's video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. And if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.